Hello, my crafty friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Hey, Quinn asked me to do a quick video showing you my craft space. So I'm going to take the risk of opening up this can of worms and letting you see where I work. It's organized chaos. It's total chaos. I have a lot crammed in a small space. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to give you a real quick tour. Okay, so welcome to my chaos. So I'm going to start with this big pegboard. When I first started my craft space, this was what I put in, and I thought this was going to just be everything I'd ever need for crafting, and well, we all know how that turned out. So it looks like it's kind of crazy, but it's pretty organized. So I have all of my Cricut pens and extra pens and things like that there. I have all my glitters organized by color, and my alcohol markers or my alcohol inks all organized by color. I have adhesives, and then there's my craft mats and extra glues and things like that. I have this tower of paper. This is Textway paper that I use for card making. Organization is the key to a successful craft room. Each different type of paper is organized by its color, its weight, and who the manufacturer is. So I can easily replace what I need. I then have this big bank of cabinets. Quite frankly, if I were going to do it over again, I would have made it white, not this dark color, but it is what it is. And I just have bases and things like that up above it. So I've got my paper trimmers and notebooks and things like that. Next bank is my my wires. And I keep all my wire organized by the type of wire, the weight, so I can easily pull out what I need as I need it. I have all my non-paper crafting books down below. Those are quilling, card making, brush lettering, and notebooks and things like that. Then I have all my paper flower books. I have lots of them. I have my color wheels. I have swatch books from vendors, good things like that. Things that I need to keep handy so that I can just grab them as I need them. I have some more card making supplies here. I'll show you the rest of them on the other side of the room. These are my envelopes, blank cards, layering pieces and things like that, and a couple projects that I'm working on. I keep my pan pastels organized by color. Once again, this is the palette that I use most often, so I just have those handy colors out. The rest of them are stored. All my warm colors, all my cool colors, and all my neutrals are all stored together. The largest thing that I have in my room is my bank of cabinets where I store my paper. I'm going to be doing another video for you in the future that shows you how I've stored the paper and how I've organized it in these cabinets. Yes, this cabinet is full of paper, and yes, I have a lot of paper. This is a really good work surface for me. I don't normally keep paper on it, but I'm currently working on a project, and that's the palette, and I like having it handy. As we move further around the room, I've got some paper that's on the floor, and that's just paper that I've been using lately, and I'll pull some of it out and put it back in there, and then I'll just keep recycling it that way. I have a box of paper that I have not put away yet from Cartafini. That's the new 90-gram paper, which I love. Thanks, Mike, for letting me test drive it. I loved it. I'm also a paper quiller, so I've been making this. I like to keep my quilling supplies organized. I'm making this fleur-de-lis for one of my bathrooms. And again, it's organized by color, so I know exactly what I've got and how to get to it. I have all my shipping boxes here because I quite frankly don't have any other place to put them. So they're in here. Yeah, it's kind of a mess, but it is what it is. There's a couple of big projects that I'm working on, just leftover pieces. Another box of paper that I haven't put away yet. And I will probably be using a lot of it for the project that I'm working on right now. And of course, there's my skate bag because I am emphasis on former, but I'm a figure skater. In this cabinet, I have primarily card making supplies. I've got some ink pads. All my rubber stamps are here, my stencils, all those good things that I need, embossing folders, everything that I need for card making other than the paper on the other side of the room. I also store my markers in this cabinet, and I'm going to be doing another video for you in the future that shows you how I store my markers. I have over 400 Copic markers, and I'll show you how to keep them organized and easy to get to. On the back of my door, I keep my current project and how I'm working on them. So I have a mock-up of the project. I have the notes that I need to keep handy, and I have a checklist of every element of the project so I can tick it off as I go so I don't miss anything. I have also a drawing there of a project that's still in design mode. So there you have it. That's the biggest part of my space. I'll tell you more about my drawer. I'll tell you more about, or my desk. I'll tell you more about my cabinet where I store my paper and how I organize it in a future video. But for today, thanks so much for joining me. I hope this has helped you, a little view into my chaotic world. I hope it helps you create your space, and maybe yours won't be quite so chaotic. So thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so was that fun? It probably made you feel really good about your space because mine is just so chaotic. But stay tuned. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you some details that I did on how I store my paper, how I store my my markers, and Lord knows I have a lot of them. I have 370 and counting, probably over actually 400 Copic markers. I'm going to show you how I store them, and I'll give you some ideas, and I hope it's going to help you create your space that works for you. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon on the Posy Box.